They say mtu ni Ploti. The Gen Zs are saying mtu ni experience. In 2026, the younger generation isn't interested in buying plots and lands and houses. They are subscribing to a lifestyle. If you are a developer still building for the 1990s, you are in for a road shock. Let's talk about the access economy in the Kenyan real estate ecosystem. My name is Waihora and this is the Wealth Architect. Now ask yourself, why would someone hire a high-end car, drive it for 2 weeks or a month, take it back, hire another one, drive it for this period of time and then take it back? Or why would someone rent an apartment in a posh estate, stay there for about a year or two, and then go to a different place, even though they have the capacity to buy, maybe through a mortgage, but they don't want to buy? It is because the younger generation values access, not necessarily ownership. I've seen people buy land in remote places. Even a friend of mine told me that he bought a half-acre piece of land at a certain place in Malindi because the real estate company promised to fly him there so that he can see what he has bought. Here was the catch, that you pay a down payment of about 30,000 shillings and then they fly you to the piece of land where once you have seen it and are satisfied, you can pay the balance. But you need to ask yourself, if you were to develop that property, how are you going to access it? How often do you think you'll be able to visit that property? And even if you want to visit the property, you are going to need a plane ticket to get to the site. You are going to endure a 14 hours bus ride to the coast so that you can visit and see your piece of land. What makes you think you'll be able to visit it as often as you may want? Well, that is money lost. I didn't tell my friend that, but that is how I saw it. And he told me that I could give this piece of land to my children. Well, let me shock you. Your children might not be interested in that piece. You might find it very difficult to convince even one to go acquire that piece because they don't feel like they need it. If a Gen Z started working today and they have a good salary, they have access to some money that could possibly give them a piece of, or help them buy a piece of land. You tell them to buy a piece of plot somewhere, the answer may shock you. They want to invest that money in a startup somewhere. They want to invest that money into the digital world, into the cryptocurrency. They want to invest that money in the stock market, in rates, that is fractional ownership, and so on and so forth. Statistics show that in 1991, 75% of Kenyans wanted to own a plot somewhere, either in the rural areas or in the capital. In 2026, 82% of young people view a mortgage or a plot as a financial cage. They prefer the flexibility to move jobs, to move cities, or even countries without being tied down by a house or a title deed. The current data shows that the Gen Zs and Alphas would rather use their money to fund a tech startup, to travel, or to invest in a high-yield treasury bond than put it in land or in a house. That is how the younger generation is looking at investments. Flexibility, cash flow, access to the money within the shortest time. Why would I want to buy land, tie money for 10 years, waiting for it to appreciate, while I can invest that money in a real estate investment trust that will give me fractional ownership and give me some continuous income? Now, why am I telling you this? The mtu ni Ploti era is quickly evolving. In 2026, a title deed shouldn't be a trophy. It must be a tool. Don't just own soil. Own a system that pays you on a regular basis. Stop being asset rich and cash flow poor. It is time to build, monetize, and scale. Now, if you are ready to stop being plot rich and start being cash flow boss, hit the subscribe button. Let's work together.